They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Bleeding a little bit there. Not an expert at this one. Whew. It's been a rough last couple of days, to tell you the truth. And you know, wrinkled shirt, messy hair, haven't shaved. More on that later. It's June 2nd, 2021. Back home. You know, after my last video, you know, people were very concerned, and I really appreciate all especially the comments from some doctors I got on social media, on STRAVA, all across social media, YouTube here, about, you know, following up, getting a CT scan, getting more thorough examination. A lot of comments also of people telling me to rest, because what we thought for the last month, basically, what I thought and what I was told was that I had pneumonia. And I guess it's easy to misdiagnose these things. I had only had a couple x-rays, and given the breathing issues I had, you know, the coughing, chest pain, tightness, you know, a lot of the symptoms I had did demonstrate that maybe I had pneumonia. People had speculated a lot about, you know, COVID, the vaccination, stuff like that. We're not going to get into that too much here. Just wanted to update you guys mainly, but, you know, I hadn't been running. I had been hiking around a bit the last 4 weeks, and I wanted to go on another test run because about a week ago I did go on a successful run. Granted, it was at about 9-minute mile pace, which is much slower than my normal pace, but I've still been feeling winded. And, you know, I know the recovery from pneumonia takes a really long time, so still thought I had pneumonia, and people tell me to rest up. But it's a good thing I went for that test run last Saturday. This was 3-4 days ago. I can't think straight. It's been a blur. And I had some severe chest pain in that. That was in my last vlog, my last video. But you know what? In retrospect, I'm glad I went on that run. That run told me that something was getting more wrong. That either I thought the pneumonia was relapsing, and again, I'm not a medical expert, or that maybe there was some other issue. Turns out there's some other issue. So after that run, some severe chest pain and tightness. Spent the night, slept on it a bit, thinking, okay, maybe you need to follow up with the doctor. The prescription didn't take care of the bacteria or whatever is causing this pneumonia. Well, woke up the next morning, it was kind of a no choice type of thing. Pretty intense chest pain on my left side, just under my heart, and which I always thought was interesting because they told me I only had pneumonia in my right lung, whereas both lungs kind of hurt. This past 4 weeks, so there was that. But I woke up early Saturday morning. It's a holiday weekend here in the U.S., Memorial Day, honoring the veterans who served and fought for our country, and thanks for their service. Usually a big holiday weekend where people travel and go camping and enjoy the outdoors. You know, I've been to the Western States 100 training camp. Really enjoyed this beautiful weather out here in the mountains, 3-day weekend. But, you know, my usual healthcare provider was closed that day. It was a weekend. Sunday morning, and I was in such intense pain, I told Sandy, I woke up, I knew something was terribly wrong. I said, you're probably gonna have to drive me to the emergency room right here in Boulder's Foothills community. So we went straight into the ER. I was lucky that it wasn't crowded in the morning there, and they were able to get me right in. Boom, IV in the arm. Well, they had to try both arms. And, saline solution in the arm. That's standard procedure. Draw blood, a lot of blood tests, more x-rays. Different thing though, CT scan, much bigger picture, a lot more radiation, I believe. But I had a contrast with that CT scan, and that was the diagnosis, I think, that really showed what ultimately was my problem. I still didn't know this. I was going to the bathroom. I heard them say that he needs to be hooked up to a heart monitor. Not a heart monitor, EKG actually, monitoring my vitals. Boom, 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 hook me up. They do an ultrasound of the heart. Heart's looking okay, so that's good. Probably no lung cancer, so that's good. But what they did find, and this is the new diagnosis now, not pneumonia, not pneumonia, but pulmonary embolism, blood clots basically, in both lungs. So that was very concerning and it's much more serious generally than pneumonia, a lot more life-threatening, so to speak. And yeah, I was hooked up. I was given a blood thinner then right away, shot in the stomach, which I'm doing now as part of my treatment. But they decided to keep me, or suggested I stay overnight in a hospital. Of course, I had to be transferred out of the emergency room and go to my healthcare provider hospital, which I am fearing the bill on, I will say. Spending the night in the hospital in the U.S. could be very spendy. And so you could see some images there. Sandy was a real trooper. She was there with me basically the whole time, all the time in the ER. She sacrificed even doing her own run. We went to the hospitals outside of Boulder, actually, and, I got my meals there. Dinner, marinara, pasta, some veggies, some bread, ginger ale, living the life of luxury. Thanks. Hooked up more EKGs.
Got this handy device here monitoring the heart. ET phone home.
Still talking to a lot of different doctors, very experienced doctors of internal medicine who I really respect. And, it's been a mystery. What caused these blood clots? There's going to be a lot of speculation, I know already. I've posted stuff on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So, yeah, spent the night in the hospital, got some more injections, and started to feel a bit better. So that's good. I was able to discharge the other day. They let me come back home. Of course, still on the blood thinners, of course, and that's standard protocol. But, the real mystery, there's a lot of unanswered questions. I did get a COVID antibody test the other day, which supposedly distinguishes between if you've had real COVID maybe in the past versus if you just got the vaccine antibodies. They're slightly different antibodies, apparently. But yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of speculation on here, and I just wanted to update you. With the severity of my condition, again, it's something that's much, much more serious than pneumonia, and something that now, in hindsight, the benefit of hindsight, makes a lot more sense. And some of you had called this out, especially you doctors out there, about having the sharp chest pain, the back pain, the spasms. I never really had a fever, so a lot of times when people get pneumonia, they kind of get sick with a fever, I think. And, coughing up a little blood in the mucus is pretty bad, as well as not being able to breathe when I'm out running. And, that run, in retrospect, a lot of people may have actually gotten a heart attack from doing something like that. Of course, I thought I was recovering from pneumonia, so, I was going out for a run. But I'm actually glad I did that, because it told me that something was more serious, and it's what prompted me, as well as the chest pain, to go in and get more tests done and to get this new diagnosis, which, could have saved my life over this weekend for all I know. So, yeah, it's been pretty rough, and there's a long road to recovery, hopefully, ahead in my future, and really thankful to be alive. And thanks Sandy for her support, and all the medical personnel, as well as all the well wishes on social media. Just been blown away with so many of the comments, especially like on Instagram and all over. Just really thank you from the bottom of my heart. The running community is so generous, and people have reached out, sharing their own stories and experience, and offering to help in so many different ways. So just sorry, really thankful for that. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Again, hold your speculation. I know there's going to be a lot of comments, and sometimes it gets political and all that. If you're a medical professional, medical doctor, some of your comments have really helped shape, this diagnosis, and it's really positive, informative feedback. If you're not a doctor, maybe some of the medical comments, we don't want to spread misinformation on social media. I'm kind of sensitive to that. So please be sensitive with your comments, so to speak, and realize that, I'm have a long road ahead of me. I'm not out of the woods yet. And this is a very kind of a sensitive, delicate situation, at least for me personally. But I do really appreciate all your support, continued support on here. And I do want to keep you guys updated and just be raw and honest with you guys. I haven't shaved. They don't want me to use a razor because they're afraid if I cut myself really bad with a razor, which could easily happen. I'm kind of clumsy shaving around this mustache here. It's a little bit of a risk as well as, and yeah, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Running community is just so kind and generous, and it's just the outpouring of support is really touched me, and it's really awesome to see. So thank you. Again, I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, a lot of the doctors are optimistic that I could recover pretty well from this, but there are a lot of unknowns, a lot of mystery, and I got a long road ahead of me. So I will keep you guys updated on this. Thanks so much for all the people that have subscribed on this channel over the last 13 years. Been doing running related content on here. Check out our coaching website, Coach Sandy and I sell plans at higherrunning.com, any surface, any distance, as well as you can follow me on social media at SageCandidate, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I have a Facebook fan page too. Check out our new merch also, any service, any distance. I think it's down there below. But thanks to the Patreon supporters for really making this channel possible. Sorry I haven't been able to update as much exclusive content on the Patreon this past week, but I'll promise you I'll catch up on that. So thank you on Patreon for all the support. Hope you're doing well, and stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.